Notice is hereby given that a regular council meeting of the town of Laguna Vista, Texas will be held Tuesday, the 11th day of February, 2020 at 6 o'clock p.m. in the City Hall building at 122 Fernandez Street, Laguna Vista. Call to order at 6:04. Please join us as Pastor Steve Hyde leads us in our prayer.
Bow your heads and pray. Father, we want to thank you for this day that you blessed us with. We thank you for our mayor and for all of our city officials. We ask, Lord, for your blessings upon this meeting for the town of Laguna Vista, asking you, Lord, to give wisdom and knowledge for all decisions made. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Pastor Hyde. Alma, roll call.
Mayor Houston. Here. Council members Michael Carter.
Here.
Giovanni Howard. Here. Frank Davalos. Here. Rolando Gonzalez.
Here.
Hector Morel.
Here.
And Dave Wilson.
Item 4. Open forum. At this time, audience is allowed 5 minutes per person to address the council on any topic. There is no discussion or formal action taken during this agenda item. The speaker must identify themselves before speaking. A speaker request form must be presented to the city secretary prior to the meeting. First, we have Corrine Jeter.
Hello, good evening, council, mayor. My name is Corinne, and I reside in Laguna Vista. And I had to write down some things that I wanted to share with you this evening. First of all, it's wonderful to hear the voices and to hear the roll called. The church has left the building, and it's here. So it's really great to see the justices present, Felicia and Rusty Justice, and Herb Houston. It's great to see restoration here. And I have a proclamation and a declaration to make by faith. Something that's being perceived for Mayor Houston. It's perceived that you will be a governor of Texas, perhaps the next governor of Texas, following Abbott. And I just wanted to share this tonight. Thank you for listening.
Karen Watt.
Karen Watt. Thank you for allowing me to speak for a few minutes. We recently had an event in Laguna Vista, and I'd like to thank the council members and the mayor, city, the fire department, police department, who all came together to help us with the duathlon a few weeks ago, our third annual Do It by Faith. Our proceeds are going to go to and my kids, as you see, they're here to receive a check. So if you'd like to come over here, I would also like to recognize that these young men helped us set up, helped us with the event, and also helped us break down everything. So they were very helpful. We would like to give the proceeds because they are upgrading their facilities. And so with this, I would like to present a check to Mr. Javier Ibarra and Amicus.
Tiffany Palestina for creating the shirt logo for the Do It by the Bay Duathlon 2020.
Appreciate it.
And Summer.
Miss Tiffany, if you would like to come up. The high school had a contest for a shirt design for the Do It by the Bay Duathlon, and Tiffany was the winner. And on the shirt, here's her artwork.
This is her original design.
It's a cycling and running
Gator. Make sure that she remembers. That's awesome.
And then the shirt, to give to her, since she designed it.
She designed it. We wanted to give her a copy of the shirt.
And we also thank all of our sponsors. We have a gift certificate for you for Walmart. Thank you.
Item 6, presentation from the Laguna Madre Water District regarding their infrastructure needs.
Good evening. Thank you, Houston and council members. Opportunity to be here and see the presentation of the Laguna Madre Water District needs. We have RIT, Orlando Huerta, Charles Ortiz, our engineer, Eddie Salazar, our finance director, and Robert Gomez, our director of operations, and board members. Thank you for being here. Board Rico is Vice Chairman of the board. What we are about to show is 3 of the major needs that we have, and we'll be going out for bond elections and then some point. For one of the most important is the water plant. But I'll pass it on to Charles. He's our engineer to move forward with a PowerPoint. We have limited time on this one.
Yeah, we'll make a quick video earlier. And I suppose we'll start off with a video to describe a little bit about the water district, and then we'll break into a PowerPoint presentation on the project. So over here. Go to the next slide. Do the next slide, or?
In the summer of 2019, the Board of Directors of the Laguna Madre Water District formed a capital bond planning committee to evaluate the current facilities of the district. For the last several months, the committee toured the district's various facilities and interviewed district engineering and fiscal consultants, as well as district management, to arrive at a priority list of improvements. Based on the recommendation of the committee, the Board of Directors have decided to ask the voters of the district to decide for or against certain improvements designed to improve our water treatment infrastructure. The tax bond projects consist of 3 parts. Improvement to water treatment plant number 1, the installation of a new elevated storage tank, or EST, and upgrades to the water distribution system. Renovations of water plant number 1, allowing it to reopen, will provide a backup to water plant number 2. Restoring water plant 1 will reduce the likelihood of total water outages if issues occur with water plant 2 that require it to go offline for maintenance in the case of a water main break or should unforeseen problems arise. In addition to being an emergency water supply, the utility of water plant 1 will improve system-wide water pressure and improve overall water quality through its new filtration system. This project also lets us plan ahead to meet future water production demands and alternative water sources, such as the desalination of seawater or direct potable reuse, by providing an essential component of that treatment process. The second part of this project, the new 600,000 gallon elevated storage tank, or EST,
also provides us with a way to prepare for future water needs. The ESG will give our region additional water storage to keep up with growing demands. It will also improve water pressure across the whole system due to its planned central location. Implementing the ESG will save money by reducing maintenance costs through the consolidation of the Laguna Madre Water District infrastructure. The third part of the tax bond project entails upgrades to water mains on Laguna Boulevard and the Causeway area. The Laguna Madre Water District plans to strategically time these improvements with the repaving of Laguna Boulevard already planned with South Padre Island street repairs, thus reducing redundant spending of the community's resources. These upgrades will improve water pressure as well as provide a backup water source for residents and businesses spanning the entire area north of the Queen Isabella Causeway to avoid costly shutdowns. This project also includes valve replacement throughout the distribution system to minimize public impact during maintenance activities. This May, the resident voters of the Laguna Madre Water District will have the opportunity to decide for or against the issuance of tax bonds to finance these projects.
Just want to recognize Smith, she's part of our bond committee, so she'll be going out after we're done with all our meetings. And, doing the same thing that we are.
All right,
Thank you.
So here's our presentation that, we're trying to get the public informed about, what's the bond election. We're gonna be on the ballot there for May 2nd, and so we're here to inform you about what this project is about. And so just opening up, we entered into a contract with Friesen Nichols back in April of this year, and so we basically had studied our system, we updated our water model, we looked at the wastewater side. At this point, determined that the best path forward was to focus on waterworks for this tax bond request. And so basically, through studying our system, we saw a need for our water plant in Port Isabel to come back online. Currently, our water plant here in Laguna Vista is the only plant that's in service. And we did do a microfiltration upgrade to it that we recently completed. And so with that current plant, it's up to 8 MGD. And in the busiest day in January, we're approaching 7.5 MGD. So we're at that point of needing to have additional capacity. And so our path forward is to get water plant 1 in Port Isabel back in service to meet our growth between now and planning through year 2040. And so basically the intent of our project is to get additional treatment capacity and storage as well. We have critical facilities at the end of their service life. And so that system right now lacks resiliency, redundancy. So if Laguna Vista water plant would go down, or a pipeline somewhere between, downstream of that Laguna Vista plant, we lose the water supply going out towards the island. We basically divert off the river. We pump water to the reservoir here in Laguna Vista. And that's the first point we start treated water. And then at that point, we have ability to send raw water to Port Isabel, but we haven't been running that plant since this new plant, the membrane facility, microfiltration came online here in Laguna Vista. And the intent is to go ahead and get that major plant upgraded to equal that water quality that we can produce at Laguna Vista. And so that's our primary project we're trying to do is project number 1, the water treatment plant. And then the second project is we're looking at our elevated storage requirements. We need to have a certain gallon stored per connection, and our plan year is out through 2040. So we're trying to improve our current Port Isabel tank, the Laguna Vista tank, are really the two. We're going to eventually try to combine into one larger tank and build that one in Port Isabel, and that'll help meet our growth and have our elevated storage. That's a state requirement based on our number of connections. And the third project is getting our water distribution system improved to prevent costly shutdowns north of the island, get more redundancy, and take advantage of some street reconstruction before we can get the water lines in place at the same time as paving jobs, to minimize the efforts to get these improved water lines in the ground. And so focusing here on 1.1, it's in Laguna Vista. It's in Port Isabel. We have our plant here in Laguna Vista. We're trying to get our second plant restored in Port Isabel, which is water plant number 1. And today, with the clarifier down and we're on old sand filters, we can only get 1 million gallons per day out of that one plant. And, the peak summer flow being 7 MGD, it just puts a lot of stress on our plant in Vista today without having access to that water plant in Port Isabel. And so our intent is to get these improvements in place to go ahead and, have that supply and our security, and also improve the water quality. I mean, one part I haven't really got to is the fact that we're looking at sand filters that are in place in Port Isabel versus microfiltration, which is a much smaller pore size. It can, it's much, it removes, bacteria, giardia, bacteria pathogens that would be getting through the sand filters in Port Isabel. And, we rely more on the disinfection like the chlorine versus we get them out through filtration. If we're able to upgrade that component of our system in Port Isabel like we already have in place here in the Laguna Vista. So, I guess we're going to this next video to describe that a little bit more.
It's important that all region services match the growth of our flourishing community. At Laguna Madre Water District, it's our job to provide safe, high-quality water and wastewater services that are readily available to fulfill the needs of our area. How does Laguna Madre Water District ensure health and safety in the community? Laguna Madre Water District ensures health and safety in the community by utilizing and enforcing high standards of water treatment for our water treatment plants. The only water plant currently in use is Water Plant 2, located in Laguna Vista. Water Plant 1 was established in the 1950s in Port Isabel. In 1985, Water Plant 2 was built and later upgraded to feature its current Microza microfiltration system in 2014. After Water Plant 2's upgrade, operations chose to shut down Water Plant 1 to prevent lower quality water from mixing with the superior water quality being produced at Water Plant 2. How did Water Plant 1 compare with the upgraded current Water Plant 2? The first and most important distinction between both plants is the filtration system. Water Plant 2's Microza microfiltration features hollow fiber modules, which results in a more efficient and precise filtration. Water Plant 2's Microza microfiltration system features hollow fiber modules, which result in a more efficient and precise filtration. This filtration system eliminates common parasites, viruses, and bacteria, resulting in a safer, healthier water supply. Not only is Water Plant 2 more efficient at a much larger capacity, but it is more effective in dramatically decreasing the number of particulates that are filtered from our drinking water supply. Water Plant 1's antiquated system was only effective in removing particles at a low flow of 1 million gallons per day. At higher flows, Water Plant 1 gradually passes the maximum contaminant levels legal threshold set by the Environmental Protection Agency and the Texas Commission of Environmental Quality, increasing the likelihood of disease. The microfiltration of Water Plant 2 meets and exceeds the EPA and TCEQ requirements that Water Plant 1 couldn't. The second and most distinguishing difference between Water Plants 1 and 2 is capacity. Water Plant 2's maximum capacity of 8 million gallons per day is more than 2.5 times as much of that of Water Plant 1 at 2.9 million gallons per day. With Water Plant 2's ability to meet the entire district's demands, Water Plant 1 was shut down in 2016, so it is now possible to renovate and upgrade its filtration system to match the high caliber of water treatment of Plant Number 2. Aside from the superior capacity, efficiency, effectiveness, and precision of Water Plant 2 over Water Plant 1, there are a few other reasons as to why Water Plant 1 needs its major renovations before it can match the capabilities of Water Plant 2 and serve our water district. Plant 1's 2 sets of filters were installed in 1972 and 1984 respectively. In the past, the rapid sand multimedia filters were commonplace in the municipal water facilities, but have since been replaced in communities across the nation with superior, safer technology like microfiltration. Additionally, only one of Water Plant 1's clarifiers are stainless steel, and the other are rusted out and unsuitable for safe use. Water Plant 2's clarifiers are made of durable stainless steel and fiberglass, which were installed in 2010. How does the microfiltration system work? Water Plant 2's initial stages of treatment are through the rapid mix and clarifiers. The rapid mix mixes all pre-treatment chemicals. Clarifiers are large settling tanks that remove solid particulates that naturally occur in raw water. Then, the water is sent to the microfiltration system, where it flows up through modules with thousands of tiny straw-like fibers that screen out any particles or bacteria over the size of 0.1 micron, like the protozoa Giardia and Cryptosporidium. The water that makes it through to the other side of these modules is parasite-free and contains no particulates over the size of 1/10 of a micron. For reference, the width of a human hair is between 50 to 100 microns. A grain of sand is 20 microns. Giardia is between 8 and 15 microns. Cryptosporidium is between 3 and 5 microns. And typical bacterium is between 0.2 and 1/5 of a micron, all of which are filtered out of these modules. Let's talk more about the bacteria and viruses that Water Plant 2 prevents from entering the public water supply. Common microscopic parasites like Giardia and Cryptosporidium cause illness in those who consume it. These protozoa don't stand a chance against Water Plant 2's microfiltration system, unlike that of Water Plant 1, which sometimes cannot filter out bacteria at that size when experiencing high water flows. In summary, the Mycorrhiza microfiltration system of Water Plant 2 meets and exceeds Environmental Protection Agency and the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality requirements. This means we are preventing disease outbreaks caused by bacteria, protozoa, and viruses naturally found in the raw water supply. Water Plant 1 is currently incapable of meeting the water supply needs of our region. If Water Plant 1 is upgraded to the higher, safer standard of Water Plant 2, our community can continue to grow free from worry for a healthier and safer Laguna Madre water district.
Yeah, yes.
And I know we're running short on time, so I just want to skip to the end and just talk about the price of these projects. So the main and most costliest project is the Water Plant number 1 improvements. That is at $22.4 million. The elevated storage tank improvements, that's the taking down of 2 tanks and replacing them with 1 brand new tank. That's at $3.5 million. And the water distribution system improvements at $1.7 million for a total of $27.6 million. So we're recommending this project to be funded through a tax bond. So we're asking our taxpayers to approve that bond in May. May 2nd is the next election, and we're proposing that as a 30-year bond, and the price that somebody would pay would be $49 a year for someone with a property value of $100,000, or $98 a year for someone with a $200,000 property. Any questions?
Any other questions?
Councilwoman Hernandez.
Yes.
Okay, so down the road, once the water plant in Port Isabel is upgraded and fixed, now how would that affect our water plant over here and the water pressure over here in Laguna Vista? Now that we won't be servicing so much gallons out.
I'll let
Yeah,
the engineer
Yeah, it maintains the pressure, because I mean, the Port Isabel is a more centralized location, so now we'll be able to maintain pressure pumping out of that plant in addition to Laguna Vista. So it basically, if anything, over time, Laguna Vista pressure is gonna get too high where we can't maintain pressures on the island. So by having Port Isabel in place, it'll keep that pressure balanced between Laguna Vista and San Pedro.
But it'll alleviate stress.
Right.
Okay.
If it goes through, how long will it take to upgrade the?
Yeah, we're figuring it'll take about a year to get financing, in the bank, and then about another year for design, and then about a year and a half for construction. So we're looking at 3 to 4 years for completion.
I just wanted to say something, thank you for coming and presenting this. I just want to stress, I've been on this committee, I'm the vice chair, and we've been assessing the situation for several months now, and we did recommend as a committee to the board to vote this as a tax bond, to accept this as a, and I would really want to encourage everybody to reach out to these guys if you want more information. Go tour the facilities. I think they underplay, with all respect, how dire need we have to do this. We truly are at imminent failure of some of the facilities, which means we will lose water for several days in our whole district. And not just that, if we don't do this, we're already on the brink of, and in peak days of summer, we sometimes exceed the water that they can provide. Hence all the water outages we had in the summer on the island, which was a big deal. A lot of businesses lost a lot of income. But this will pull us through to 2040. You know, this is, I know the number seems big, but if you look at your property value, say you have a $100,000 home, it's gonna only be $49 a year to have water for the next 20 years and good quality water. And resiliency, there's a major lack of resiliency in the system right now. If we are just one engine revving at 8,000 RPM, Plan 2, and if there's any break in the system, they have no resiliency to fix that so we can have water. So now if one goes back up, 2 breaks, then we can run one. It's a big deal. I would really encourage everybody to research this well and spread the word so we don't this tax bond passes. Thank you.
Any other questions?
My name's Herb Houston. We appreciate Nadine and the other citizens that stepped forward and worked in this bond committee. This was not something taken lightly because of expense to the community. It's an expense in one way, but it's more of an investment. You know, the plant in Port Isabel was almost 60-year-old plant, and basically it's able to produce cool quality water. Now we can have cool quality water, or we can have reverse osmosis quality type of water. That's your choice. We can do it now, or you're going to have to do it later. And like the question answered was, these things are not done overnight. I wanted to make a point, our staff is not in a position to advocate. They can provide information. Nadine and I and others can advocate. And that's why I'm here tonight, is to advocate. For a very small investment, we can guarantee this community, as well as Port Isabel, as well as Laguna Heights, as well as South Padre Island, is well positioned to take care of this whole community for another 20 or 30 years. This is not something you want to take lightly. This is not something you want to think will just go away because it won. And you made the point, but you really didn't make it strong enough. I mean, if this one plant goes down, we're in a buttload of problems. And if this plant goes down, they'll have to put the old Port Isabel plant online, and that's where you'll taste the difference in the water, and you'll smell the difference in the water. So you decide, for the price of a cup of Starbucks coffee, you can do this. It's that simple. So thank you.
Any further questions of the Water District?
That's it, and thank you all very much for the opportunity to be here today. And make sure that you all will vote. When you decide on the vote, you vote down to exercise your rights. That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you.
Councilwoman Smith has something to say.
Sorry, I just wanted to say one more thing. I don't know if you all know, but I was born and raised in Africa, and as we speak, I have several friends that live in my country that they have 4 to 6 hours of water and electricity outage every day, and they have to plan around that. And South Africa is apparently pretty first world compared to the rest of Africa, but still, the reason this is happening is because nobody planned things like this in enough time. So the population grew, the infrastructure didn't. And now they're at this situation where they're literally 15 to 20 years behind with these things. So this is a pertinent thing, and I would really encourage everybody to do your homework, please, and spread the word. It's really important for us to have water in the morning. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Water District, for being here. Item 7, consent agenda items. All matters listed under this item are routine by the council and be enacted for approval by one motion. There will not be a separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. I would like to remove E, F, G, and H, the CDC fundings, to new business so that we can give them the appropriate dignity and the CDC the appropriate honor for working so hard on these items. Does that mean that you all approve? Okay, so we have consent agenda items A through D, I through K.
Make a motion to approve consent agenda.
I'll second.
Motion on the floor made to approve consent agenda items A through D and I through K. The motion was made by Councilman Morrow, seconded by Councilman Gonzalez.
Mayor Houston?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Howard? Councilmember Davalos?
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Yes.
Councilmember Warren?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Motion passes. Going back to item E, the CDC carport funding. Consideration of possible action to approve the recommendation of the CDC board of funding for the carport not to exceed $25,000.
I believe it'll be for union activists. Cures.
From the CDC, Councilwoman Howard.
Which ones did you guys move over?
All the CDC ones, E, F, G, and H.
Okay.
These items are on the, moved over, these, have already been approved by the E has been, approved as the carports for vehicles outside of the police department. $25,000.
I'll make a motion to approve the CDC carport. Second.
I have a question. Do you have a design yet for this carport?
It's just, when the gentleman came to measure, it's just a design, no real
It's
design,
basic.
just
And you were wanting it in this building, right? Not by the fire station?
at this point.
Okay, motion on the floor made by Councilman Douglas, seconded by Councilman Gonzalez to approve recommendation of the CDC board for funding of the carport not to exceed $25,000.
Mayor Houston?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Howard?
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos?
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Yes.
Councilmember Warren?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes.
The next item is consideration of possible action to approve a recommendation from the CDC board for funding of the library building improvements not to exceed $16,000. Mr. Tony?
Yes, this has been approved by the CDC board, and the library roof is in need of being repaired right now, so this would be an important, very important to get passed so that the library roof is taken care of.
And the contents inside.
And the contents inside of the beautiful ceiling inside the library is really pretty beautiful, the woodwork of it.
Mr. Worrell?
Yeah, I think this is overdue. Every time it rains, it's costing us more money than we need.
Is that a motion?
I remember when we were talking about this, that it may be up to 20,000.
Is actually,
So-
sorry.
You have, no, go ahead. So do you have an exact amount, an estimate? Because I know it says did not exceed, but we can adjust that. So when we send it back over there, they can just have it set. Are we correct on that?
Well, this is the amount that has been approved by the CDC.
Right.
That doesn't mean that's the limit of the funds that the city can spend on the project. The city can, it's just, if we want any more funds from the CDC, it'll have to go through the process again. But this combined with whatever the city can budget to spend on it can form the total cost of the project.
It's $21,000 to fix the roof, and with that being said, is library improvements. There's some improvements need to be made on the outer part of the library, some cracks, to where the gutters were coming off, and so yes, we probably could go back to the CDC for that. But in the meantime, what we're going to do to make it up to 21,000 is I was going to use the $5,000 that they paid us for our easement when they were putting up all the pipes, the 80 feet, to make us reach $21,000.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Approve the letter rate, $16,000 for the CDC.
And you seconded?
Yes, second.
Motion on the floor made by Councilman Royal, seconded by Councilwoman Howard to approve the CDC funding of the library not to exceed $16,000. Is that
Mayor
correct?
Houston,
Yes.
Councilmember Carter,
Yes.
Councilmember Howard,
Yes.
Councilmember Zavala,
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilmember Worrell,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Motion passes. Item G, consideration of possible action to approve the recommendation from the CDC Board for funding of the fire station improvements not to exceed $15,000.
Yes, this has been approved, and a lot of the work has been completed, and the fire station is very nice, by the way, and that's been fixed, approved. The easement is very nice. Fire station, you know, stop by, it is very nice work that they did, and the windows have been replaced for hurricane windows for kids of the hurricane, and very good. But to seek y'all's approval of these funds.
I'll make a motion to approve the fire station improvement.
Motion on the floor made by Councilman Zavala, seconded by Councilwoman Smith to approve the fire station funding from the CDC Board.
Mayor Houston,
Yes.
Councilmember Carter,
Yes.
Councilmember Howard,
Yes.
Councilmember Zavala,
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilmember Worrell,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Yes. Motion passes. Item H, consideration of possible action to approve the recommendation from the CDC Board of funding for the firework display at the Independence Celebration not to exceed $6,520.
Yes, the CDC board did approve funding of $6,520 for the fireworks show. See.
I'll make a motion to approve the CDC recommendation for the fireworks not to exceed $6,520.
Second.
Motion on the floor made by the mayor, seconded by Councilman Carter, to approve the CDC board funding for fireworks display at Independence Celebration not to exceed $6,520.
Mayor Houston,
Yes.
Councilmember Carter,
Yes.
Councilmember Howard,
Yes.
Councilmember Zavala,
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilmember Worrell,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Motion passed. New business, item A. Consideration and possible action to approve resolution number 2020-05, authorizing the police chief to submit grant number 3996901, application to the Texas Governor's Office. Mr. Tony?
This grant is for the Edward Vine grant, and we're requesting 3 fully loaded police vehicles, lights, sirens, radios. The cost of this grant is $133,825 for the 3 units, and we're requesting this through this grant and help us support for the border operations along the border and our own Border Star operations and Stone Garden operations.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion on the floor made by Councilwoman Smith, seconded by Councilman Carter, to approve resolution number 2020-05.
Mayor Houston?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Howard?
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos? Councilmember Gonzalez?
Yes.
Councilmember Worel?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes.
Motion passes. Item B, consideration and possible action to award the 2019-20 Texas Community Development Block Grant Contract for Administrative Services. Tony?
Yes, this is myself and Ms. Deckard and Ms. Smith. We did the scoring of the different companies, came up with research, and Mr. Business Services scored the highest in this area. He's here, and this is Mr. Montalban that does it for the grants, for the block grant.
Questions? I'll make a motion to approve this.
I'll second.
Motion on the floor made by the mayor, seconded by Councilwoman Smith, to approve the TCB, I never can say it, Texas Community Development Block Grant Contract for Administrative Services. Business Services Company.
Mayor Houston?
Now that I've butchered that, yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Howard?
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos?
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Yes.
Councilmember Worel?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes.
Motion passes. Item C. Consideration and possible action to approve the agreement between the town of Laguna Vista and Mercy RGV PLLC, Dr. Eduardo Ulubi, who's the medical director.
Yes. Mayor and council, under state law, we have to have a medical director for the fire department with our volunteers to respond for EMS and everything, first aid and everything. And this is the same price as was last year with Dr. Review. And he's actually oversees, make sure we have the correct medical equipment and everything for the people that need medical. And he's the one that does it, and he has us up to date. And we actually, on the 19th of this month, we have a state inspection coming to where he has been great assistance. And we look to seek to renew his contract for $7,000 a year.
7,000.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Motion?
I make a motion. I make a motion to approve contract with Dr. Warno Uribe.
I'll second.
Motion on the floor made by Councilwoman Howard, seconded by Councilman Laurel, to approve the agreement between the town of Laguna Vista and Mercy RGV PLLC, Dr. Eduardo Ulubi. Yes.
Mayor Houston?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Howard?
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos?
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Yes.
Councilmember Worel?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes.
Motion passes. Item D, consideration possible action to set the date of Independence Day celebration. Mr. Tony?
Yes, ma'am. Due to, I want to put this on here so y'all get direction. The Pyro Company is booked for the 3rd and 4th. And if y'all would like to move it to the 27th, the Saturday before, because they're booked. And the price on this is, for the fireworks, is $10,000, and that includes 2 barges for the show. But they are booked in for the 3rd and 4th on South Padre Island.
Last year we had it, I believe, on the 28th. We had it on the Saturday before.
Yes.
We had on the 6th.
Yeah, we
Oh, was it on the
was
6th? It was the year
birthday.
before.
Your birthday.
That's right, it was your birthday. So we've had it before, then I'll put this on there so we can talk about, we've had it the Saturday before, we've had it the Saturday after. Anybody have a birthday on June the 27th?
It was last year the 4th, this year it falls on a Saturday.
Yeah.
So, and last year it was, what, Thursday, Friday?
It was
It's a
the
big space. Right, it's kind of weird because it's a
What
big
about the
space.
second?
Thursday.
Thursday?
I
Because
would
celebrating
vote
it
for
in
that.
June would be like awkward, I would say.
Well, we've done it several times, like 5 or 3 times, because of this, the second.
I think the second's great. Most people has that weekend off already. They're taking Fridays off and Mondays off. That's closer to the actual date. Yeah.
Closer's better for me.
I'll make a motion to consider July 2nd as the date for the Independence Day celebration.
Do you want to have alternative just in case they're getting the barges down here for we can,
That's correct, Mayor. Last
Let's
year they
say
said they
we didn't-
couldn't do it because the barges had to be there.
although that's 2 days before the 4th.
Do you guys think people would come on a Thursday versus a Saturday?
Was the Saturday the 27th? June 27th.
Well, fireworks start Thursday on the island, so
So we had it on the 6th, your birthday last year, Mike?
Yeah.
I think it must have been the year before that, we had it on June 30th.
But it's
How
always been on
we
Saturday.
How, does he need like a date like right now, or, I mean, I'm sure he does, but I'm saying, so we can get like, we just make 2 dates, I guess.
I'm not aware if he's open, but we can call, we can get a hold of him and.
So
find a
July,
way.
so
Yeah.
July 2nd, my motion would be July 2nd is first choice. What's it then?
Just so we
July
can-
5th?
Just so we
That's
can
the date.
pick them.
I think what we need to decide is if we think we're gonna get the kind of attendance on Thursday night that we would do on Saturday evening. I mean, that's important, we're doing it for the community. It's odd to have it on the 22nd. Closer's better for me, but are we gonna get the attendance? Being devil's advocate, we're gonna get the attendance on a weeknight that we get on a weekend. I mean, it's, basically we're throwing a party. It's not the 4th of July, because we never do it on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Independence
Yeah,
Day.
you're right.
Independence
We're
Day
gonna throw a party for
celebration.
the community, should we do it on a Saturday, a week away, which is weird, or
Yeah.
on a Thursday, which may not be attended as well?
Good point.
Good question.
You know?
And what about the Sunday, the 5th? Or was that, people are gonna be
Sunday's
tired?
tough, especially with
Yeah, that's, I guess, the same as a weeknight.
And the thing is, can we actually figure out the question you're asking?
No. You know, but I mean, we gotta decide what we think.
Yeah,
but
it's like, can we
somebody's
figure
gotta
that
call,
one out?
right?
Yeah, at some point, we've got to
Yeah.
decide.
So right now we have the date.
We're gonna get a call no matter what now.
July the 2nd.
Well, would the 11th then maybe be better than the 27th?
July 11th.
Yeah.
It's a week before or a week after.
When's school in?
Oh, it's school's out.
June, May.
The first week
Yeah,
of
school's
That's
out.
what I'm saying, Thursday.
Thursday's usually a fireworks night, people tend to go out on Thursday. If it's summer, it's the beginning of summer, so that may not be a bad idea.
It's already July, full swing, summer mode.
I personally think the second might be, for those, all those reasons would be better than the week before. Just because it is, the 4th is on a Saturday, so it's kind of weird, it puts us in a 4th position.
I guess if that doesn't work for them, we can, should we give him,
July the 5th?
I really think we need 2 dates, 2 or 3 dates just in
I would think
case
the
they're getting the
Saturday.
barges down here.
Okay, 11th.
You gotta run them across the bay.
The 11th?
It's your question. You can-
Okay, so I'm
You
gonna,
can put
so
whatever date you want.
July the 2nd, first choice, and then July the 11th.
So it would be, you have the second of this.
I'm fine. It seems like it's gonna be, we gotta get a call either way.
So first choice is July 2nd, second choice is July 11th.
Glad we have some people here
That
to
works.
see that it's a struggle. We're trying our best.
Life is tough.
And then third choice, Saturday.
You wanna have third choice, okay? That's
Third.
probably a good idea.
July 5th.
But I would not mention July the 1st because that might be really convenient for him and he might just take that, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's true.
Chief, would you just say the 2nd and then see what he says?
I can say the second, and see what he
Yeah,
says.
Don't do
that.
Don't give him options. We're the, you can
But
push it.
there you go, we have three choices, I feel much better about that. All right, so you ready? Y'all ready? Okay, motion on the floor made by Councilwoman Howard, seconded by Councilwoman Gonzalez, to consider these dates in this order. First date, July 2nd. Second choice, July 11th. Third choice, July 5th, for our Independence Day celebration, that we're gonna celebrate the whole month. No, don't put that in the motion.
Mary Houston.
Yes.
Councilmember Carter.
Yes.
Councilmember Howard.
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos.
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilmember Warren.
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Yes, motion passes. Item E, consideration and possible action to approve travel for Puda Morelos to attend the Texas Library Annual Association Conference. And Puda's not here.
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Motion on the floor made by Councilwoman Smith, seconded by Councilwoman Carter to
Mary,
approve.
I'm sorry.
That's okay, you got it.
Mary Houston.
Yes.
Councilmember Carter.
Yes.
Councilmember Howard.
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos.
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilmember Warren.
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item F, consideration and possible action to approve travel for Ana Hernandez to attend the TNCC Continuing Education Course Seminar, South Padre Island.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
I'll second it.
Nadine seconded, she needs to.
That's okay.
Okay, motion on the floor by Councilman Davalos, second by Councilwoman Smith to approve travel for Ana Hernandez, TMCC in South Padre Island.
Mary Houston.
Yes.
Councilmember Carter.
Yes.
Councilmember Howard.
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos.
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilmember Warren.
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Motion passes. Item G, consideration and possible action to approve travel for Randy Gonzalez to attend TMCEC New Clerk Seminar in Austin.
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second
Wow, y'all are
It's a
on a
three
roll
to
today.
Carter.
In unison.
I can't even write that fast. Motion on the floor made by Councilwoman Smith, seconded by Councilman Carter, to approve travel for Randy Gonzalez at the TMCC in Austin.
Mary Houston.
Yes.
Councilmember Carter.
Yes.
Councilmember Howard.
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos.
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilmember Warren.
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Motion passes. City Manager's Report, item H, fire hydrants.
Go back to minutes or no? Go approve minutes? Consent items.
We did that.
A through B.
We approved the minutes?
Yeah, we did. Gonzalez did A through B, I through K.
She just took
All at once.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I remember that one.
it.
With all the. Okay.
Yes, Councilman Laurel and Councilman Gonzalez approved consent agenda items A through D
Oh,
and I
wow.
through K.
Oh, wow, okay, I missed that, I'm sorry, go ahead, sorry, Maria.
Crazy there for a while. Okay, fire hydrants.
Yes, I just want to advise the council that the fire hydrants process is taking a little slower than I thought, but the town has already spent $24,000, and it's approximately gonna be about $25,000 more to replace some of the fire hydrants, which I think we got budgeted 48, so we're 49. So we're close. And we're very close, and a lot of it's gonna be depending on when they, like I know a couple hydrants that once they bust into them, okay, just grease or what have you, but the projected, he is saying it's gonna be $25,000 more to finish out the project.
Something that has to be done.
I said we took the proactive approach, the budget.
And it's a lot better than the original projections.
And the ones that I've seen that have been repainted look great. Just beautiful. I just wish they were painted green, like green and gold like the ones in Waco after painting.
No,
Firework display update?
I think we, discuss it all, I'll make a call tomorrow.
Okay. Item I, executive closed session in accordance with the Open Meetings Act as authorized by the Texas Texas Government Code regarding any matter listed on the agenda pursuant to section 551.071, consultation with town attorney, 551.072, deliberation regarding real property, 551.074, deliberation regarding personnel matters, and 551.087, deliberation regarding economic development negotiations. City Manager Anthony David, and we need a motion to go.
Make a motion to go into executive session.
Which one? Who said it first?
Carter.
Councilman Carter.
Motion was
I
made.
had the tables back in the
No, I mean, what's going on?
Go into executive
What's
session.
going on over there?
It was made by Councilman Wall and seconded by Councilman Carter, so the executive session.
He's a retarded first time. Rodeo bells.
All right, in the room here,
We gotta get
we're trying to finish.
I know, right?
How's it
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Amen.
Carter.
He's already over there.
Councilmember Howard?
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos?
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Yes.
Councilmember
Yes.
Warren?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes.
Motion passes. 7:58.
We're on.
You're on, Alma, you on?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Item J, open session. I'd like to make a motion to accept the resignation of Tony David as city manager, appoint him as police chief, and acting city manager.
I'll second
Motion on the floor is made by the mayor and seconded by Councilman Porter to accept the resignation of Tony David as city manager, appoint him as police chief, and acting city manager.
Mayor Houston?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
it. Yes.
Councilmember Howard?
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos?
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Yes.
Councilmember Warren?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes. Adjournment?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Councilwoman Smith made a motion, Councilwoman Howard seconded to adjourn at 7:59.
Mayor Houston?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Howard?
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos?
Councilmember Davalos.
Yes.
Council-
Sorry.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Did
Maybe.
say it.
Councilmember Warren?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?